everybody. Welcome to the MetroLaxSeries live streamed at allmetsports.com. This installment featuring the Robinson Rams squaring off against the Westfield Bulldogs. I'm Monica Moore alongside former Hobart standout and National Attackman of the Year, Cab Maddox. And Cab, this is going to be a great matchup today. Two Concord District teams looking to make a statement in what I think a lot of people agree on is the best district in the Northern region.
No question. The Concord District is the strongest in lacrosse by far in the Northern region. It has every single team in the district is good this year. Centerville is having a great year. Herndon, Oakton, Robinson, Westfield. It's going to be an exciting, as we get this Concord District games going, it's going to be very exciting.
And let's go ahead and talk about some of your keys to the game, because one of the big ones for Robinson, we just learned their starting goalkeeper out today with a concussion.
And that's the key to the game right away. They have to protect the sophomore in his first start, Nick Kondracki, number 16. Brady George and the guys back on defense have got to protect him. That's going to be a key. Also for Robinson, they have to limit the long possessions of Westfield. Westfield is known for holding the ball long, and they have to limit those. Also, finally, control the ball. Win the ground ball war. The coach said he wants to value possessions. They haven't been valuing the ball or treating it like gold, and they want to do more of that in this game. For Westfield, they want to win the big matchups. You're going to see Mo Katz guarding Clark Petruski, number 30 for Robinson. That's going to be a heck of a matchup. Two outstanding players and all Concord players from last year. They're going to be matched up all over the field, as well as Tommy Stevenson, the defenseman, on Alex Barber, number 15. They want to win those battles.
Getting ready for the opening face-off for these two teams tonight. Of course, Robinson just moving Griffin Moore up to varsity, and he taking over the responsibilities for the Robinson Rams. Robinson winning the first face-off of the day. A good sign for the Rams, as they would love to get off to a quick start. Westfield, meanwhile, their defense has been playing well all season long, including their goalkeeper, who is averaging double digits in saves on the year so far.
Yeah, and also to finish up with Westfield, they want to keep the scoring balance. They have 5 players with over 13 points already on the season. That's impressive. They're deep. They run a lot of midfield units, 3 midfield units and two defensive specialty units. So that's a lot of players, and they want to keep it balanced and use that depth to their advantage.
Robinson being very patient on offense, and of course the player you want to keep your eyes on is Clark Petruska, their standout. He has been the standout for this lacrosse team for a number of years, well known in this area, and certainly can get this team going. Their leading scorer, 10 goals, 7 assists so far on the season for Clark Petruska. As Robinson runs down the ground ball, will maintain possession here in the early goings of this first quarter.
The refs are telling them to keep it in. Even off the inbounds here, they're gonna be forced to keep it in the offensive box.
And that shot by Alex Barber, another one of the standouts on offense, and another person that can really get this Robinson team going.
Referees feeling like they're not attacking the goal, they're just passing it around, so they're gonna warn them to keep it in.
Robinson feeling things out early on, trying to test this Westfield defense. A lot of players are turning. That was Petruska deflected. And it will remain Robinson ball. Just about 2 minutes into this first quarter. Robinson with a long possession here.
I think Robinson's starting Petruska up at midfield through Westfield out of sorts there. Number 14, Mo Katz, was expecting him to play attack. He's not playing attack.
Westfield forcing the turnover right there. Tim Carney doing a nice job on defense for the Bulldogs. Carney, of course, a 2011 honorable mention All-Concord District for his defense, and a lot of the defensemen back for Westfield this year. And you already talked a little bit about it, Cab. They are such a deep team. A lot of players got experience last year when they were suffering from some injury problems, and it's really paying off this season for Westfield, who on the year so far really having a great year.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure here on the ride. They're going to get a 30-second delay, and they do. Great ride by Robinson.
And a great
they have 30
sign
seconds
for
to clear.
Robinson.
They have 30 seconds to clear, and Robinson drop back ride, patient ride. Forced Westfield to take a little too long.
And obviously the clearing game is one of the most important parts of lacrosse. both teams at the high school level can really struggle with that, and Westfield struggling in the early goings. Robinson doing a nice job, making quite a statement defensively to start things out here today. Once again, Robinson working the ball around, getting everyone involved. And a turnover once again for the Rams.
Yeah, Sean Mache got his hands lifted there. He was just trying to pass it. Sean's going to play lacrosse at the next level for Christopher Newport, number 5.
9 goals and an assist on the year so far for McShay. But meanwhile, Westfield looking for their first opportunity of the day and looking to test Nick Kondracki, who is starting in goal for the Rams. Once again, nice defensive pressure by Robinson.
Good forced turnover on the slide by Robinson on defense to get the ball up the field. See how Westfield rides this.
And Westfield looking to return the favor after we just saw Robinson very impressive defensively on the ride.
Here's the matchup we were talking about before the game. Mo Katz, number 14, on number 30, Petruska. So they've put Mo up at long stick midi now to make sure they get this good matchup, and this is going to be a battle of the big boys.
Petruska, hands off to Jason. Now quick ball movement shot by Petruska, but the save by the goalkeeper, Tucker Winfrey.
Petruska with the shot stop on Westfield.
And now Westfield once again looking to test Kondracki, but look at the defensive pressure by Robinson. That was one of your keys to the game, and so far Robinson doing a nice job. But Westfield now will regain possession.
Petruska tried to run through about 3 guys there. Couldn't get the clear out. Westfield needs a possession here. This will be their first long possession. They need everyone to touch the ball. Robinson's really pressing out on defense. I mean, Petruska's guarding his midfielder up at the midline.
Once again, nice defense. For
Really
all your
aggressive
high school
defense.
sports stories, game coverage, videos, photo galleries, and recruiting news, visit allmetsports.com, a product of the Washington Post. Every school, every sport, all the time.
You got a save there by the sophomore, Nick Kondracki, so that'll build his confidence. You need to get that first one in your first start. It's always important.
That shot by number 4 for Westfield, Reese Schnippel. But
Nice.
Robinson so far really doing a nice job. They've owned offensive time of possession. Their defense has really been a standout factor in this contest so far.
Both teams have been very patient on offense. You know, it's nice to see they're not forcing anything.
And of course, this Robinson team coming off of quite a long break. They haven't had a game for a couple of weeks, whereas Westfield played in a tournament.
Got 3 games in last week and won all 3, built nice momentum. This is only the 6th game of the season for Robinson.
Meanwhile, for Westfield, their 10th game, so certainly this Westfield team a little more tested on the season.
That's a good takeaway there. But here's the matchup that Coach Polizzotti was concerned about. Number 44, Tommy Stevenson, matched up on Alex Barber, number 15. He's doing a good job on him so far.
And again, Tommy Stevenson, another one of Westfield's returning defenders this year. Mo Katz.
Mo's got 6 or 7 points on the season. He can score. You got to treat him like a short stick player when he comes over because he's thinking points.
He's really one of those players for Westfield that absolutely does everything on the field. One of their leaders, of course, along with Michael Garcia. Robinson once again trying to get something going on offense.
That kid Hunter, number 9, is fast. You can see his speed displayed there in the open field.
And Robinson quickly getting on the scoreboard.
Sean
McShay, 10th goal of the season for the senior midfielder. Was honorable mention all Concord District last year, and a great sign for Robinson. But of course, it has been Robinson that has had so many looks at the goal so far in this contest. A lot of opportunities to test Tucker Winfrey, and that one finds the back of the net for Sean McShay.
That was an excellent shot location, bottom left, Tough to pick up as you're running down the righty alley for a goalie. Excellent, excellent shot. Here
5 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in this first quarter, and the answer so quickly by John Aversa. 13th goal of the season. And Mo-Cats, we were just talking about how dynamic he can be on offense. Cats with the assist, Aversa with the goal. It took Westfield seconds to find the answer.
Yeah, Mo-Cats off the wing, off the face-off, instantly created offense. He does. He's already had an impact. This game's only started. He started that fast break himself.
And again, the seniors for Westfield have been such a factor this year. They are a deep team, but the leadership they have, and Westfield winning the face-off, Catchmark coming up with it for the Bulldogs, so an opportunity here.
I believe that's the 20th point for Aversa. He's leading the team, or tied for the lead in scoring. He's having a great season so far.
Aversa, one of their top goal scorers, but we've already talked about the fact they really are so deep. Lots of people can put the ball in the back of the net for Westfield. Since 1997, MadLax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out MadLax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area's most competitive Summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention MetroLaxSeries to receive a 15% discount. Visit MadLax.com, and as always, play with passion. And now Robinson here looking to get some momentum, but Winfrey there for Westfield. Again, Winfrey having such a great season so far coming into this contest, 106 saves on the year for that young man who was the backup goalkeeper last year for Westfield. Westfield going to call a timeout right here.
4:37 remaining in the first 1.
So Westfield going to talk things over. 4 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in this first quarter, and we'll take a break for a message from our sponsor.
Sport Honda is just a very excellent dealership.
The selection is really great. The prices are good.
They treat you like family.
I'm Sheba. I'm from Baltimore, and I am a sport fan.
Sport Honda. Be a sport fan too.
And Cab, let's talk a little bit about your top 10, which today has been extended to a top 20 to showcase some of the other teams in the area. Right now, let's talk about the top 10. We'll come back, we'll talk about 11 through 20 and later on in the game. Sure,
yeah, this is updated as of today, considering the Landon Prep game from yesterday and many games around the region. So Gonzaga stays at number 1. Landon, I've moved up to number 2 based on that convincing win over Prep yesterday, and also they have a win over Haverford, a top 5 team in the country. Georgetown Prep will be number 3, St. Stephen's number 4, Calverton number 5, Bullis number 6, St. Mary's Riken 7, another win yesterday, now up to 8-1. Paul VI is 7-2 still, Episcopal 8-3, and the lone Northern Virginia representative in the top 10 at 6-0 is Langley.
And of course, the Post also at allmetsports.com does their rankings. So a couple of differences, but as Cab, you just said, yours was updated, takes into account some things that have happened earlier this week, but Gonzaga at the top of the list as well. Georgetown Prep at number 2 right now, but certainly things might change given that tremendous victory by Landon yesterday where they really turned things on in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we have the Gonzaga-Landon game, which should be fantastic in a few weeks, and right now I have those 2 teams 1 and 2.
But meanwhile, we are all tied up here at Westfield High School. Westfield 1, Robinson 1, 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. And Westfield looking to get something going. They have not had a lot of offensive opportunities today. It has been Robinson that has been peppering Winfrey. And now Westfield struggling to hang on to possession. Nice job by Michael Garcia, one of their seniors, to hang on for the Bulldogs. Talked about Clark Petruska a little earlier. Well, Michael Garcia has been that same type of player for Westfield, has really had a standout career for the Bulldogs with that shot right there.
He needs to come a little higher on that, around from behind. He stopped and shot that at about 1 or 2 yards above goal line extended. Typically, you want to get up to about 5 before you even consider getting the shot off, especially since the side was cleared nicely for him.
And of course, if you want to follow the conversation, go to hashtag MetroLaxSeries. Certainly, we always welcome comments from our viewers. And Westfield and Michael Garcia quickly getting on the scoreboard once again. And what has been so impressive is how quickly Westfield has been able to find the back of the net.
That was a nice high bounce shot. I think if they just want to put shots on cage today on this young goalie. That was a quick, hard lefty high bouncer. Probably hard for any goalie.
Well, it's certainly such a loss for Robinson not having their starting goalkeeper today, Luke Lukowczyk, who has 46 saves on the year. Last year was second team All-Concord District and has been the starting goalkeeper all season long for Robinson, but suffered that concussion and out today for the Rams. So a big test here for the sophomore Nick Kondracki back in goal for Robinson.
Number 10, Eric Scahn here with the ball, also has about 14 points. He's one of the top 5 scorers on the Westfield team, showing their depth.
The balance really is staggering for this Westfield team. And it's not just that they use a lot of players during the game, but certainly all these players capable of putting points on the scoreboard. And then that strong defensive line that Westfield has, really a lot of people thinking this could be the year. Westfield has been hungry for a championship. They would love to get a Concord District championship, but we've already talked about the fact that District is such a tough one this year. Chantilly has been so strong. Nice effort by Westfield, but they are not able to hang on. That was number 9, Aversa.
Good hustle by the defensive midi, number 29. I think that's for Robinson, clearing the ball quickly there.
Plenty of time remaining in this first quarter, 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Westfield up by 1. And once again, Robinson looking to set something up. We've seen them be patient today, all day long on offense.
This player right here, Chapman, is a freshman getting the start. Coach mentioned to me, Coach Karan, before the game that they have 5 contributing freshmen, which is quite a remarkable story for such a big powerhouse in the northern region.
Petruska looking.
Petruska got his left off there against, his left hand shot off against Mo there.
And it will be Westfield ball. Westfield doing a nice job on defense. And Westfield right there, lucky to hang on to possession. And Robinson, staggering defense, doing a nice job, once again pressuring the ball.
Usually you don't want a defenseman to throw the ball 75 yards on a clear, but that pass was right in his stick.
Plenty of time for Westfield to put one more up on the scoreboard before the end of the first period. That was number 9, Aversa, looking to hand off. Aversa with the shot. Couldn't tell if Kondracki got a piece of it.
I think it was just wide. Aversa picked himself up after getting smacked before that shot, but he's staying in.
And of course, today's matchup between 2 Northern Region teams, but the MetroLaxSeries featuring teams from all over the DC metro area. You can watch it online, on your phone, on your iPads, to catch up with some of the best teams in the area, teams featured in Cab's Top 10 and the Washington Post Top 10. Yesterday we had a great matchup between Georgetown Prep and Landon. And of course, a great schedule coming up with the MetroLaxSeries.
Nice aggressive play by number 40, Jude Buckholtz, on defense, and he's a freshman.
Under 30 seconds remaining, that shot by number 8, Brian Beal, the save by Nick Kondracki.
Here's Buckholtz, the freshman, that It's one of those 5 contributors.
Looking for the long clear. He'll find Morissette. Midfield, nice defense by number 28, Kevin Hughes. And Hughes with the shot, another save for Nick Kondracki, and that will end the first quarter. Westfield 2, Robinson 1.
Westfield 2, Robinson.
But I think Robinson has to be really happy right now. Nick Kondracki, a couple of nice saves to give him a little confidence back in the goal. Westfield's defense pressuring, only giving up 1 goal to Robinson, despite the fact that Robinson had a lot of offensive opportunities. They owned time of possession in the first quarter.
Yeah, they have picked up the majority of ground balls, which Coach Coran said that was the key to the game. They've also shown good poise on offense so far, good patience. You know, I think the Westfield defense is pretty has a couple of good leaders back there with Mo, so they're gonna have to generate shots somehow, and it's gonna have to be away from Mo Katz.
Absolutely, Mo Katz, one of the best players for Westfield. He does it all. Already an assist in this contest for Westfield. He's been looking to make things happen, as has been their other senior standout, Michael Garcia. Meanwhile, the big senior for Robinson, Clark Petruska, looking for his shots. Certainly, he's someone who's not going to be quiet throughout the entirety of this contest.
No, Clark's already taken 2 shots. He's got one righty, 1 lefty. He's probably, the coach probably wants him to shoot the ball 10, 15 times this game. And he doesn't seem to be backing down with this matchup against Mo, so we're going to see a lot more of that one right there.
Once again, since 1997, MadLax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out MadLax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area's most competitive Summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention MetroLaxSeries to receive a 15% discount. Visit MadLax.com, and as always, play with passion. Robinson already retaking the field, fired up for the second quarter, looking to tie things up against Westfield. Westfield 2 goals in the first quarter. Aversa getting on the scoreboard first, and then Michael Garcia with the second goal, and of course Sean McShay, the long goal scorer for Robinson in the first quarter of action.
Coach Polizzotti gets his money's worth out of Mo. They got him up on the wing right here. He's around the ball as much as possible.
And second quarter almost underway, and of course the freshman number 37, Griffin Moore, the face-off guy for Robinson, looking to pick up another win, but Westfield battling for the ground ball. Nice effort by Colby Eller for the Bulldogs, trying to keep it alive for Westfield. And it will be Westfield ball. And how common is that, Cab, to see a freshman take over that starting face-off role in high school lacrosse?
I mean, St. Stephen's had a freshman face-off guy last year, but the story with this young man is that he was pulled up off JV recently to become the starter. So he must have been doing a heck of a job on JV to go right from JV starter to varsity starter.
Absolutely. I think we were told this is his 2nd or 3rd game with this varsity club. Looking to hold his own today against Catchmark, who's having a great season for Westfield.
Fortunate to get this clear here. That was a good ride by Westfield.
Chapman Jason coming up with it for the Rams. And Robinson pushing forward. Nice defensive play right there. Mo Katz everywhere on the field so far for Westfield.
He really does find the ball. He gets himself around the ball and in the action. Robinson's got to attack away from him as much as possible. You probably want to bury him on the crease if you're being guarded by him, and he seems to take the ball more so than just taking number 30, Clark Petruska.
Winfrey hands off to Katz. Katz showing a little speed here with the long stick. And now Westfield looking to extend their lead, and they have been quite efficient on offense in this contest so far, getting some nice looks. Coach Polizzotti has to be happy with that efficiency that he's seen so far. That shot by number 1, Michael Garcia. Second goal of the day for the senior. A beautiful shot.
The best thing about that shot is he caught the ball and shot it all in the same motion. That's very difficult to do. He didn't even cradle, he just caught it, looked at his location, and placed it and stuck it. Excellent. That's an advanced shot. Nice job. 9th
goal of the year for Michael Garcia. Looks like Robinson switching things up. Sean McShay will be handling the face-off responsibilities for the Rams, squaring off against Jake Catchmark. And Robinson coming up with the face-off. McShay doing a nice job stepping into that face-off role. 10 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in this second quarter. And Robinson once again looking to be very patient on offense. Number 33, Chapman Jason, only a freshman.
Right here, this is a freshman guarding Clark. Clark's got to recognize this and get right to the goal. And freshman number 33, Kyle Petrillo.
That shot by number 9, Hunter Jason, the save by Winfrey.
Hunter Jason with a shot stopped by Tucker Winfrey.
And the Jasons really working hard for Robinson, Chapman, and Hunter. That shot by Hunter. But now Westfield once again on offense. Number 19, Joey Esposito, looking to make something happen. And Esposito, we haven't talked very much about him, but he's just another one of the many offensive weapons that Westfield has with that shot right there.
Yeah, that was a tough shot right there. I think he's up there with 19 or 20 points as well.
19 points on the season for Esposito. And Westfield once again working number 9, John Aversa, already a goal on the day for the Bulldogs, has been quite active on offense.
This is one of their impact players on the ball here, Brady George. He's a leader on the team. 6'2", 200-pound defenseman. Brings some size to that defense and some experience. The other 2 guys back there are freshmen, so they need Brady to be a leader.
Ball knocked loose from number 7, Connor Rogers. And quickly the Rams down the field. That shot by Sean McShay.
Sean McShay with the shot, stays with
And if you want to purchase a copy of this broadcast or any of the live streams in the MetroLax series, go to www.synthesismp.com. 8 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Robinson working on offense.
Getting their subs to the midfield here as they set up. Bringing in a second or third line here.
And of course, the lacrosse tradition at Robinson's so strong. This has been a program that has been really one of the standouts in the northern region for quite some time. 7
state championships here. A lot of history and great players have come through the program at Robinson.
A nice defense. Once again, it's Mo-Cats. Number 14 is everywhere on your screen right now for Westfield. Westfield in the home whites, Robinson in their away blues.
I think number 17, Sam Shaw, just threw that ball off his leg like a basketball play.
Heads up play there by the Rams. And Alex Barber once again a bit quiet today for Robinson, but he is one of their standout offensive players.
That means
nice pressure by Cats.
So Clark's not on the field, so Mo feels most free to double. And he did just that right there.
Connor Lloyd up top for Robinson. That shot by Lloyd saved by Winfrey.
Connor Lloyd with the shot, stopped by Westfield.
Our live coverage today brought to you by Sport Automotive Chevrolet and Honda. Be a sport fan too. Visit sportautomotive.com.
That's too bad. They just had a fast break right there, and Point attackman didn't catch the ball after the defenseman had sprinted all the way down the field and created a nice situation.
Nice defense by Garcia, winning possession back for Westfield. He certainly has been an impact player today for Westfield, as expected. 2 goals already on the day.
That was a nice pickoff by Michael. He's really come to play this evening. Number 1, Michael Garcia. Might go back to him again, see if they can.
That shot by number 28, Kevin Hughes. And once again, the save by Nick Kondracki.
Nice stop by the goalie Kondracki.
Kevin Hughes having a great season as well. 8 goals on the year so far for Hughes. The list just goes on and on with Westfield in terms of their prolific scorers. Petruska back on the field for Robinson, being defended right now by Garcia behind the goal.
See, that's a smart play by Mo. He came and picked up the ball.
And that shot by Petruska. Winfrey got a piece of it. Once again, great defense by Westfield.
Smart play by the Robinson coaches to run Petruska out of the box as a midi.
Nice play. Mo Katz to Eric Scott.
He can play both, but he's doing a nice job putting pressure on the defense of Westfield, playing midfield.
Westfield quickly getting the ball down the field, but a turnover for the Bulldogs. That shot attempted by Aversa.
That's 2 fast breaks. They've gotten down quickly to the attackman. They're messed up. The attackman has to treat a fast break like a scoring opportunity, like a man up, and both times the attack has thrown that ball away.
Westfield once again pressuring on the ride. 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Westfield up 3-1 right now over the visiting Robinson Rams. And this one really an important game, I think, Cab, for both of these 2 teams, really looking to get benchmarks right now for where they are in the season.
Yeah, I think the winner of this game surely has to be considered up there with Chantilly as one of the top, as the top team in the Concord division. Have Chantilly slightly ahead of these guys based on their record so far and the way they're playing and winning convincingly, and also based on the fact that they've had such great seasons the past 5 or 6 years.
That shot.
Someone's got to knock them off. Maybe one of these guys this year.
Look at that pass by Mo Katz looking for Aversa. And again, Mo Katz just so dynamic, doing everything, leading the charge down the field quickly, finding Aversa. But now Robinson on the attack. Robinson with a timeout right here. 3 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Westfield up by 2. And once again with this break, we'll have a quick message from our sponsor.
If you need a new car, you absolutely have to come to Sport.
They made me feel like I was part of their Sport family.
They have the biggest selection, great prices, and everybody's nice.
I'm Annalisa from Hyattsville, and I'm a Sport fan.
Sport Chevrolet, be a Sport fan too.
All right, so Cab, we've already talked about your top 1 through 10. Now let's see the 11 through 20 on the list. A couple of area teams making it.
Yeah, we wanted to expand our top 10 because so many of the top 10 seem to be solid and solidified in their position. So did a lot of research, and I think number 11 goes to Woodson, who's 2-1 thus far. 12, Chantilly. 13, St. Albans. 14, DeMatha. 15, Good Counsel, who just squeaked by St. John's yesterday in double overtime. And then right behind them is 16, St. John's, who's lost to top 10, Paul VI, and Good Counsel by a goal. Number 17, Churchill, seems to be the top team in Montgomery County this year. They just beat WJ. 18, I have Battlefield, who lost to Langley recently by a goal. They lost to Langley last year in the Final Four. Battlefield is a team everyone needs to respect in the Northwest region. And 19, we have undefeated Briar Woods, who beat Madison, and they're 5-0. They have Chantilly this Friday night. That's going to be a test for Briar Woods. If they can knock off Chantilly, we'll move them way up. But Chantilly has a slight edge favorite in that game. And to round out the top 20, we did some research on a school called Kettle Run which is in Gainesville area, that is 6-0 and beat this Robinson team here, and we are impressed by that team down at Kettle Run. Congratulations to them for finishing out the top 20 and starting off so strong at 6-0.
Absolutely, Kettle Run getting on the map, really establishing themselves. And just going back quickly to that Battlefield team, Cab, I know you're very impressed with them. They played Westfield earlier this year, defeated this Westfield club 11-9. Of course, Westfield was missing Winfrey in that game, their starting goalkeeper. It certainly can make a huge difference, so perhaps things could have been a little different, who knows. But if you want to follow any of those teams in Cab's Top 20, go to allmetsports.com. Game coverage, videos, photo galleries, and recruiting news, a product of the Washington Post. Again, allmetsports.com. Every school, every sport, all the time. Robinson down by 2, would love to score 1 or 2 more goals here before halftime.
Tommy Stevenson's number 44 for Westfield is doing a great job on Alex Barber. Alex hasn't been able to get by him yet.
Once again, Robinson being very patient. We have seen this out of the Rams all day long. That shot by number 9, Hunter Jason.
He followed his own shot. It's a smart play by Hunter, the senior. Took his shot, rebounded, and stuck it right back in. Nice play. Hunter's showing a desire to get to the goal. He dodges hard, moved the ball there, got it back. Great play by Hunter.
7th goal of the year for Hunter Jason. Of course, he was 2011 honorable mention, all Concord District, looking to make quite an impact here his senior year, helping to get things a little closer. And now just a 1-goal lead for Westfield. 2 minutes, 43 seconds remaining. Westfield winning the face-off quickly down the field. That shot by Aversa. And Aversa continues to look for his shot.
That was a great face-off there by Jake. He pinched and popped that ball forward and created an instant break. And the attack finally got a shot off. That was one of the first times on a fast break they got a shot off. Just missed it. They need more of that from Jake. Nice face-off.
Meanwhile, Robinson, another opportunity here. Just a quick goal by Hunter Jason, helping Robinson get within a 1-goal margin with this Westfield team. And Westfield forcing the turnover. Nice defense by the Bulldogs and Chris Nolan.
That was a tough play by Chris. Pop him out of bounds there on the ride.
And Nolan here will start things off for the Bulldogs on the clear number 2. Another player who has a goal and an assist on the year for Westfield. So impressive how many Bulldogs either have a goal or an assist or multiple goals on the year.
They forced the ball over here to Mo on clears too. They give him the ball however they can.
Katz has been very effective clearing the ball. Looking for a shot, looked like right there, but Robinson coming up with it.
Big hit off ball by number 23, Brady George, just sent someone flying.
And now Buchholz with the ball for Robinson. Plenty of time remaining in this first half for Robinson to tie things up before the break. An even game so far between these two teams.
Timeout, Robinson. In Northern Virginia, they play high school federation rules, so you can call timeout anywhere. You don't have to be in the box like you do in the NCAA rules. So, got a quick timeout there.
So Robinson clearly looking to make something happen here before halftime. What do you think they're going to look to do? Petruska is one of their go-to guys.
Well, they haven't gotten Barber going. They want to. Maybe they'll use him. Petruska has shown ability to get to the goal, especially when he's not being guarded by Mo. But he has taken Mo twice and gotten shots off. If they can get a play in here and maybe hold for one and get a goal to tie this game 3 at half, that'd be great momentum for Robinson going in.
Absolutely. Of course, their last score scored by Hunter Jason, another good option. He has looked to be very active today so far for Robinson, so they certainly have a lot of good options here. This Westfield defense, meanwhile, Mokatz has done a great job of anchoring this defensive unit. Winfrey has been tough back in goal. Couple of good saves on the day so far for the Westfield goalkeeper. Again, 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Westfield up 3-2. And this one has been the good matchup we expected between these two Concord District teams. Clearly two of the best in the northern region squaring off here today. And so we will see what Coach Curran has come up with for his Robinson Rams. Missing their starting goalkeeper here today out due to concussion. And they have had Nick Kondracki, the sophomore, step up back in goal.
You're going to start the ball with number 9, Hunter Jason's hand.
And of course, again, Jason with that last goal for Robinson, defended by Eller. Plenty of time on the clock for Robinson. Barber behind the goal.
This is his first hard take of the night. Let's see how he does.
And Barber will hand off. This is Petruska up top, number 30 with the goal for Robinson. Just like that, we are all tied up. Long range shot by Petruska.
Mo Katz went over the head. Big mistake there by Mo on defense. It's hard to go over the head on anybody, let alone someone who's 6'5". But smart play by Clark. As soon as he saw Mo's stick going over his head, he ripped a sidearm shot perfectly off the pipe, off hip. So.
And the big three for Robinson that have really been looking to get the offense going today, Jason, Petruska, and Barber, all touched the ball on that possession. But Petruska with the finish, and look at Catchmark on the face-off once again.
Coach Polizzotti, I think he's got a timeout. That was another great face-off.
Aversa with the ball. He'll hand off to Garcia.
Yeah.
And sure enough, just like you called it, Cap, Coach Polizzotti going to talk things over with his team. 49 seconds remaining in this first half.
Same thing for Westfield. If they can get a goal, they'll grab momentum right back here. There's 49 seconds. It's plenty of time to run a play.
And of course, we've already talked about all the prolific goal scorers for Westfield, but you have to imagine Aversa and Garcia are going to be involved on this possession.
Yeah, number 1, Michael Garcia is hot tonight. He's already got 2 goals. Let's see if he can get a hat trick in the first half, or at least use him as a setup distraction maybe, because I know the defense is probably going to focus on him.
Jake Catchmark very quickly just talking to Coach Polizzotti before he headed over to his respective huddle. Coach Polizzotti has to be really happy. He's had a couple of beautiful face-off wins on the day so far for Westfield.
Yeah, the last 2, he changed his move. He's going to a plunger move, commonly known as the pinch and pop, where you pinch the ball with your throat of your stick with the plastic and pop it wherever you want to, typically forward if you have it completely controlled. It's a move that was invented by Andy Towers, the head coach at Dartmouth, and been perfected by dozens and dozens, and pretty much every college player in the country uses it now, and high school kids are trying to emulate that move. It takes a lot of strength and quickness, but once you get that ball pinched in there, there's no getting it out. You can go.
And Jake Catchmark working it to perfection on those last few opportunities for Westfield, and now Westfield with possession, 49 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Aversa with the ball for the Bulldogs, already a goal on the day. He's had a number of shots, a lot of good looks for the Bulldogs. And we will see what Coach Polizzotti and his staff has drawn up for these waning seconds.
Looks like they're going to go with Aversa here against Brady.
Aversa up top. Heavily defended, far away from the goal. Again, plenty of time, and not what they wanted to do.
That pass was actually the right decision. He was passing it to Alston Koch on the crease, and it was tipped the last second.
And a quick shot hits the pipe. Looked like number 22, Jake Rowett for the Rams. Now Westfield on the attack. But that will end the first half. A very exciting finish to this first half.
The kid's only a freshman who took that rip. starting defenseman Jack Roulette rang it off the pipe. So Robinson's gained momentum here. They were down 3-1, and they've come right back and regained momentum for sure.
Absolutely.
No question.
You have to give Robinson so much credit because Westfield extended the lead to 2. Then you had the goals by Jason, by Petruska. Now we are all tied up, and as you said, the momentum has swung. Robinson, all of a sudden, really has been pressing on offense and pressuring.
Yeah, it could have been 4 as well. I mean, that shot hit the corner from 45 yards away on that hard shot. I mean, Robinson surely has regained momentum after a slow first quarter.
Well, so Cav, let's revisit your keys for this contest and see how both of these two teams are doing. Obviously, the first one we talked about was the goalkeeper situation for Robinson, and so far, I think Kondracki.
He has a few saves.
Well.
He's got 2 or 3 saves. He hasn't really. There haven't been a lot of shots in this game. Both teams have shot the ball less than 10 times. So I think they need to test him more. I mean, the one hard shot he saw, he didn't save. That was the high bouncer from outside, but they need to keep shooting the ball. I think they're trying to possess. Both teams are, but you know, they should get after it a little bit offensively. Going to the keys, Westfield. Let's look at those matchups. Mocats versus Clark. Pretty even. Clark just stuck a goal on him. You might even have to give the nod to Clark there a little bit, just because Mo's trying to do so much on everybody, not just Clark. He's worried about all 6 offensive players. That Clark, he beat him there for a goal. He's gotten 3 shots off on him. Clark so far is playing very good. Now Mo's doing the other things when he's not on Clark exceptionally well. He's taking the ball away. He's clearing the ball. He's creating offense. He's got an assist. He takes the ball away in the open field. The other matchup, Tommy Stevenson on Alex Barber. Now that we can definitely give the nod to Westfield. Tommy's done a nice job on Barber, held him out of scoring column so far in the game. Alex really only took him hard one time there at the end. So you know, that was the key to our game. I think, you know, we're going to see how the second half goes. Those matchups are huge for both teams.
Absolutely, and certainly Mocats fun to watch in this contest. Petruska did get the best of him on that last goal, but Cats has been so much fun to watch.
Yeah, Mocats is accepted to Ohio State University, where Coach Polizzotti is hoping that he can get a walk-on tryout. He's a 3.8 GPA student and got 800 on his math and SAT.
Pretty impressive, and we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back with second half action here with the MetroLax Series. Welcome back to the MetroLaxSeries being live streamed at allnetsports.com. Again, I'm Monica Moore standing alongside former All-American Cab Maddox. And Cab, we had a great first half between these two teams, about as even as this game could be, all tied up right now, 3 apiece for Westfield and Robinson. And what do you think are some of the adjustments the coaches are looking to make here at halftime?
Well, I think that Westfield needs to start shooting the ball a lot more. They're being careful and they're trying to possess longer. Well, the sophomore goalie in Robinson's got to be tested. They only took about 9 on my count shots in the entire first half. They need to take 9 in the third quarter, and they could really jump out to a big lead if they do that. Robinson, conversely, needs to find someone else besides Clark. I mean, Clark can't do everything for him. He's got a great first half going, but they're going to have to have a little bit more balanced scoring out. Barber's going to have to get involved. Other people are going to have to help him out if they want to win this game.
Absolutely. So Robinson, of course, relying very heavily on Petruska. Also goals for the Rams in the first half by Sean McShay and Hunter Jason finding the back of the net for the Rams. For Westfield, they got 2 huge goals out of one of their standouts, Michael Garcia, and then of course the other goal by John Aversa, who was very active during the first half for Westfield.
So Westfield has the advantage there. They have more balanced scoring, so it's harder for Robinson to match up on just 2 key guys or one, but Garcia's got the hot hand and shooting. I was impressed by that lefty rip he took on a cut. See if he can get his hat trick tonight.
Almost underway in this second half. Again, this is a huge Concord District matchup between 2 of the top in the district. The district, as we said, that most people think is the strongest in the northern region when you have teams like Chantilly. I know you're impressed with Centerville as well. Herndon with a good club. And Oakton rounding out the bunch in the Concord District.
With the new alignment a few years ago, they really stacked the Concord for football, and it's the same in lacrosse. There's no easy game in the Concord. Everyone beats up on each other. The Robinson's got the longest tradition. I believe I said 7-time state champs. I think I want to correct myself and make it 9. They've had a lot of great players come through this area. People may have heard of Matt Kugler, who's one of the top players for the University of Virginia right now. He graduated from here, was a first-team All-Met player back in '07, and he's a senior captain, I believe, down in Charlottesville for the Wahoos. They've had the current offensive coordinator for Georgetown University, Scott Urich, was a 1995 graduate of Robinson, as is the head coach at St. Stephen's, Andy Tybel, was a 94 graduate here, and also Justin Fitzgerald, the head coach at O'Connell, was the standout player here. So that's 3 area top coaches who graduated from Robinson back in the day when they used to put up championship after championship after championship.
Well, we talked about the tradition here at Robinson, the legacy, all those great players that have played through the ranks here at Robinson, and then some of these younger players looking to add their names. That shot by number 10, Eric Scott.
They had the Fasnack brothers here, Adam and Matt. They had the Hammer brothers, Mike and Matt, who Mac and Mike, and they've got some nice players here with Clark, and starting a new tradition here. Maybe they can bring another state championship. They haven't had one since '07.
And Westfield on that last possession, even though they're going to turn the ball over, Cab, I think the Westfield coaching staff saying some of the things you were saying at halftime, because that was 2 quick shots on that possession, looking to pepper the goalkeeper, Nick Kontracki, a little bit more in this third quarter.
It'll pay off. Just put him on cage. I mean, if that sophomore goalie gets hot and they lose that way, then at least you tested him. And if he beats you, at least they tested him. But right now, they haven't put enough shots on the cage.
Meanwhile, Robinson on offense right here, looking to get something going in the early goings. The Rams, of course, ended the first half with all the momentum. An impressive comeback by Coach Curran's Robinson Rams, and now things all tied up in the early goings. This is Petruska up top, defended once again by Katz. Petruska looking for his shot.
Again, Mo just not playing smart defense with his stick. He's hanging it with one hand Clark's too big and strong to defend like that. You have to have two hands, two hands on your stick and lift his hands hard. Or else Clark's just going to keep firing shots like that. That was almost another goal.
Westfield with possession. Winfrey handing off to Carney. Westfield once again struggling a bit to clear the ball, and now the Bulldogs will turn the ball over.
Robinson puts a little pressure on all over the field. They're not totally shutting off players, but they'll come out and challenge you as athletes. They don't make anything easy.
And now Robinson looking to clear the ball and get another offensive opportunity. Nice job by the Rams.
Robinson's still playing with that momentum they built. I can feel like they're playing a little bit more confidence. And let's see how this freshman does. They got a short stick matched up on a freshman here. I think that's a way for them to get Mo up at the midfield.
But of
that
course,
freshman's got to be able to dodge a short stick if he gets a matchup on him.
of course, that freshman, Chapman Jason, 7 goals on the year. And sloppy play all around to start out this third quarter. Now Robinson returns the favor. They turn the ball over. 9 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Let's see if Westfield can get a better offensive set here.
Absolutely, and that first offensive opportunity of this third quarter, Westfield peppering the goal, looking for opportunities, including Eric Scahn.
I'm really impressed by these freshman defensemen for Robinson. They play with a lot of confidence. Number 22 there, Jack Rowlett. Number 40, Jude Buckholtz. They're big kids. They have good height for freshmen.
Garcia
they play
trying
pretty
to
well. Here he is doubling.
sneak around the crease.
I like the aggressiveness though by number 1, Michael Garcia. Even though he stepped in the crease, I would like to see him get to the cage as much as possible when he has a short stick like that.
And again, if you want to purchase a copy of this broadcast or any of the broadcasts in the MetroLax series, go to www.synthesismp.com. We've had a number of good ones on the year so far, and this one turning into a good one as well. Again, still all tied up, 3 apiece. The Bulldogs and the Rams. Somebody looking to draw blood first in this second half. And Robinson once again being very patient. We talked a lot about that in the first half, really drawing out their offensive opportunities. Chapman Jason once again, this time he's defended by Mo Katz.
When Clark's not on the field, they're going to keep Mo down at close, and they're keeping him on the freshman. Oh no, that's Chapman. Oh, he is a freshman. That's right. On the freshman, Chapman down there. Chapman showing good poise and protecting his stick while Mo throws takeaways.
And Robinson's coaching staff right now can't be happy with all these turnovers. Robinson not getting good looks at the goal, but then a mistake by Tucker Winfrey, the goalkeeper, trying to ward off number 17, Sam Shaw. Finally, Michael Garcia able to bail out his goalkeeper, Tucker Winfrey. That could have been a huge break for Robinson. But instead, Michael Garcia clears the ball himself for Westfield. Garcia, we've talked a lot about Katz and Garcia, but they really have been these standouts today for the Bulldogs.
He should catch his breath here and dodge this player, number 29 for Robinson, who's for some reason not on the roster this evening. We'll try to get the name there. Another sloppy third quarter here. A lot of turnovers by the offenses.
Teams
yeah.
Really struggling in the early goings of this third period. And substitutes coming out onto the field for both teams as Sean McShay and company try to get things going for Robinson. Robinson really hasn't even had a good look at the goal because they've turned the ball over so much in this third quarter.
See, the freshman here is short-sticked, and I'd like to see him challenge. Good, he's going to take him to the goal.
Chapman Jason once again working for Robinson, gives it up to Petruska up top. Quick ball movement by the Rams.
That's actually pretty good. He drew a slide. They just got to find the move the ball and find the man inside who's open.
Petruska once again working, hands off to Jason.
That time they had Tim Kearney matched up on Petruska, and he did a better job on him. Here it is again. Tim's got...
And it does look like Robinson trying to set up Petruska. Petruska with the shot, goes wide, but Robinson will maintain possession.
Clark does a nice job getting his shot off every single time.
And
Even
again,
with guys drooped all over him, he's such a strong kid. He uses his strength well. Frees his hands and quickly rips it.
Petruska, another shot. And Petruska continuing to look for the goal. Chapman Jason with that shot. And Robinson as well looking to get a lot of quick shots, testing Winfrey in this third period. That shot by McShay.
See, now they're doing what we talked about. Both teams are coming out firing. This is like 6 shots on this possession.
And again, our live coverage today brought to you by Sport Automotive Chevrolet and Honda. Be a sport fan too. Visit sportautomotive.com.
That was a good hard dodge there. Yeah, Robert Fogarty, the owner down at Sport Chevrolet, has been involved in the game for many years. His son played locally at Landon and at Duke University. And he's always been very generous to the sport.
33 with the shot stopped by Tucker Winfrey.
Happy to have him involved with our program.
Chapman Jason with that last shot stopped by Winfrey quickly down the field. Come the Bulldogs again. A quiet third quarter so far. Neither team able to break this stalemate. 3 Westfield, 3 Robinson, 4 minutes, 24 seconds remaining. And it has been such a sloppy third quarter, but Cab, as you somewhat predicted, we've seen a lot more shots, players looking for the goal, trying to test these goalkeepers.
Yeah, sometimes when you want to get more shots and you got to push tempo, and when you push tempo, you're going to make more mistakes. So you have to decide if you're okay with that as a coach. You're going to try to push and make mistakes or slow it down and minimize mistakes. We'll see what happens as this goes on here.
And once again, Esposito getting into the mix.
Joey Esposito with the shot.
Nick played his angles very well in the cage there. Number 16, Nick Kondracki, he sat big and strong on the pipe and challenged the shooter to shoot off pipe. And the shooter was unable to. That was a nice save. That was probably his best save of the game.
And then meanwhile, the other thing you were talking about, they pushed tempo and turned the ball over. Again, the one drawback of doing that. And now Westfield with another offensive opportunity.
Nice defense there by number 9. Hunter Jason. Yeah.
Jason losing his footing. And it will go right back to the Westfield Bulldogs. Back and forth we go in this third period.
It is back and forth. A lot of middle of the field turnovers before teams get settled.
3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Let's see who's going to step up here and take over. Neither team wants to pull away.
And once again, Tucker Winfrey.
He's making it difficult on himself back there.
Lucky to get out of that situation unscathed, and now it's Mo Katz using his speed, errant pass. And Robinson will come up with it. The Rams, nice heads-up play there by Robinson. Time dwindling in this third quarter is number 23 for the Rams, Brady
delay
George.
There. 30 seconds.
Not able to get the ball up the field. And once again, for all of your high school sports stories, game coverage, videos, photo galleries, and recruiting news, visit allmetsports.com, a product of the Washington Post. Every school, every sport, all the time. Really a great resource to see team schedules, statistics. You can follow both of these two teams, Westfield and Robinson, looking to make waves this year in the northern region.
that shot's a little ill-advised. That's 18-yard shot. And this is Brady George just absolutely crushed.
John Aversa got the worst of that.
Yeah. Brady has 2 big hits. He's obviously a big hitter. He's got to be with all those freshmen back there. He's got to be a physical leader, and he's doing just that.
And once again, Robinson looking to push things on the clear. They turn the ball over.
I want to go back to that save though on the second shot. The first shot by Michael Garcia was way too far out. That was tipped, but the second shot was in, and it was a great save down low off stick side. So the sophomore is starting to play in the cage, Nick Kondracki.
Kondracki looking a little more confident back in goal for Robinson. Coming into this game, only 4 saves on the year, but really acquitting himself very well for the Rams in this contest. Long range shot by number 10, Eric Scott.
113 remaining.
Scott put so much on that shot. Just like that, Westfield up 4-3.
That was a high heater. I'm not sure who got in that feed, but that was a nice feed. And he just blasted that through the defenseman's stick and face mask. And sometimes those shots are hard to pick up, even though that was from like 17 or 18 yards. When you shoot around a kid's body like that or through a kid's body, it's very hard for a goalie to pick up. Now that stung the corner also, which makes it really hard to save. But that was had a lot of speed on that shot.
11th goal on the year.
Great
for
heads up play.
Stein.
Great heads up play by Sam Shaw.
Nice pressure by the Rams.
Nice takeaway from Sam on the ride there. Caught that defenseman.
Eller came up with the ground ball momentarily, but Robinson give them so much credit. Shaw sticking with the play, and with 1 minute, 1 second remaining in this third quarter, Robinson with an opportunity.
Westfield's kept the lead.
Long range shot by number 23, Brady George. Not sure if that's the shot that Robinson wanted, but Brady George, 2 goals, 3 assists on the year.
He wanted to get in. He wanted to get on the stat sheet. He's playing a great game on defense. Maybe he's a little frustrated with his offense. Not putting the goals up at his liking, but they generate a lot of good shots in their last possession. Let's see how it goes in this possession.
30 seconds remaining in this third quarter. So Robinson has to be very aware of the clock right now. They want to get a good shot. We saw Petruska take the last shot for the Rams in the second quarter. And Chapman Jason getting the worst of it right there. Nice defensive pressure by Westfield.
Good slide by number 31, Drew Magnuson. He slid with the body and put him down.
And that will end the third quarter. Westfield 4, Robinson 3.
4 up by goal, but kept regained momentum here. I thought it was going to be Robinson. They had momentum in the third. They came out, the second. They came out in the third with a lot of confidence, generated quite a few shots, but Westfield has grabbed it here going in for the final quarter.
And again, for all your high school sports stories, game coverage, videos, photo galleries, and recruiting news, visit allmetsports.com, a product of the Washington Post. Every sport, every school, all the time. And with this quick break, let's have another message from our sponsor.
If you need a new car, you absolutely have to come to Sport.
They made me feel like
Interesting
I was
song
part of their
choice.
Sport family.
They have the biggest selection, great prices, and everybody's nice.
I'm Annalisa from Hyattsville, and I'm a Sport fan.
Sport Chevrolet, be a Sport fan too.
And so, Kat, just to recap on that third quarter, we saw teams looking for their shot, just as you predicted, trying to pepper these goalkeepers. We saw a lot of sloppy play. What are your predictions for what we're going to see in the fourth quarter?
I have a feeling that Coach Polizzotti is going to try to settle them back down. It didn't really work. The tempo, both teams are trying to push tempo. Robinson is as much, turn the ball over just as much, so we'll see if their coach wants to push. I think Robinson plays a little bit more aggressive style. Defensively, they extend out a little more, and offensively, they don't mind taking a lot of shots. So we'll see which style wins out here in the beginning moments of the fourth.
Since 1997, MetroLax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out MetroLax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area's most competitive Summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention MetroLaxSeries to receive a 15% discount. Visit MetroLax.com, and as always, play with passion. A 1-goal game going into this 4th period. Westfield with the slight edge, courtesy of Eric Scahn.
Let's see if number 22, Jake Catchmark, can continue his recent dominance at the faceoff X.
Griffin Moore back out on the field for Robinson, the freshman. We talked about the fact just elevated to varsity for the past couple of games. Doing a great job for the Rams, but Catchmark has had quite a day as well.
He got it again.
4th quarter underway. Yeah. Catchmark has found what is working for him in the faceoff X, but again, Robinson not giving up on the play. Give a lot of credit to Moore for sticking with it. And so Robinson will have the opening possession of this 4th quarter. Again, Robinson once again back on their heels, looking to tie things up. Petruska, what a way to start out this 4th quarter for Robinson.
Yeah, I was wondering where he had been. He hadn't gotten a goal in the 3rd, so he was due.
2nd goal of the day for the senior standout.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Clark Petruska has been a go-to player for Robinson for the past few years, and getting it done today when the Rams have needed the big goals to get back into this contest. Clark Petruska has had the answer every single time.
He's been generating shots, just a matter of time before some went in. You can expect the ball in his stick probably if this game's gonna be close at the end of the game, just like you can expect the ball in Mo Katz's stick.
Westfield doing a nice job coming up with the faceoff right there, and now Michael Garcia and company will look to extend their lead. We saw this in the 1st quarter. Robinson scored, and then Westfield quickly answered. Will we see it again in this 4th quarter? And we will see what, if any, changes Coach Polizzotti and his staff have made for their offense. They look to pepper the goalkeeper, Nick Kondracki, in that 3rd period. Nice defense by number 40 for the Rams, Jude Buchholz.
He just threw it back away. That's too bad. He made a great play before he threw that one away.
And it has really been that kind of day for both of these two teams. They make a big play, then there's a turnover. The 2nd half really sloppy. We talked about that with the change in tempo.
That's going to happen with freshmen. I mean, this is a freshman on the ball right here, throwing huge rap checks. They're gonna make mistakes, but obviously they're great athletes if they're getting the start as freshmen.
Esposito looking to sneak around, nothing there. Nice move by number 28, Kevin Hughes. Esposito once again falling to the ground, trying to hang on to possession. Nice pressure by the Rams, number 29. So a push called on Robinson. Westfield will maintain possession. 9 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Garcia trying to get something going for Westfield.
Garcia's got quick feet, and he stutters. He can really fly. What's he gonna go to with get that 5th 1-goal lead here? They need it.
Brian Beal pressured, coughs it up.
Great defense by number 36.
Jude Buchholz also in the mix. Westfield with an opportunity right there. And Esposito coming up with it for the Bulldogs. Esposito pressured, trying to get around his man. Didn't look like
Good
Kondracki
save.
was ready for it, but he got the save for the Rams.
That was a good save. He uses his big body. He's a big boy. He just stood tall and let that ball hit him. That counts as a smart save.
And quickly down the field come the Rams, number 5, Sean McShay.
This might be the first time since I can remember in this game that Robinson has a chance to take the lead in a settled possession. They've been behind since the beginning of the game.
Robinson drew
See if they-
blood first. They were
Yeah.
up 1-0, but then Westfield went on a tear. And as you said, Westfield has had the lead for most of the game when it hasn't been tied. McShay.
That was a quality. Good high bouncer by Sean.
Defended by Westfield. Stays here.
And McShay, of course, had that first goal of the day for Robinson. He's been a good option for the Rams in this contest, but of course it has been Petruska with the hot hand. And this one close almost from start to finish. If you want to purchase a copy of this broadcast or any of the games in the MetroLax series, go to www.synthesismp.com.
This is one of the key matchups of the game, and Tommy does a nice job on the ball there.
Petruska, another shot.
Petruska with the shot. Stays here.
The goalie, number 23, Tucker Winfrey, looked ready for that. He expects Clark to fire whenever he gets the ball now.
Nice
Probably doesn't
defensive
want-
pressure on Barber.
That's
And that shot by number 33,
For Robinson with the
Chapman Jason. So now both Jasons have scored in this contest. And as you said, Cab, Robinson looking for their first lead in a long time.
That was-
And courtesy of the freshman, they get it.
That was a great feed by Alex Barber. He'd been quiet all game. That's his first point. That was an exceptional feed. Put it right on the stick. Right on the stick of the freshman Chapman, Jason. Nice finish by Chapman.
8 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Robinson up by 1. Westfield winning the faceoff. It goes to Mo Katz, and quickly down the field comes Katz.
That was smart by Jake. He pulled it to his wingman as he knew the wingman was not guarded hip to hip. And he's been dominating the draws, the clamps, so he can control. And that's going to prove very vital as the game goes here, the dominance in faceoffs, especially if they go to overtime or they need a goal and they need a faceoff win in the last few minutes.
Esposito with the shot. Kondracki gets a stick on it. It will remain Westfield ball. And Esposito really has been looking to get something going in this fourth quarter. Working on that left side for the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, Robinson continuing to pressure on defense. Nice defensive pressure by Buckholz.
I think that was Jack who made the backside wrap lift, which usually is a desperate check, but he got the lift on it. And knocked the ball
Interception
out.
by the Bulldogs. A nice play by number 10, Eric Scahn. Of course, Eric Scahn, the lone goal scorer of this second half so far for Westfield.
Westfield's got to figure out who they're going to go with. They have so much depth that they almost don't have a go-to guy.
And Michael Garcia not out on the field right now for the Bulldogs.
I think they just need to attack the short sticks because the defensemen are doing a pretty nice job for Robinson. The best short stick matchup is where they got to go. Looks like Esposito's got a shorty over there. They might want to get the rock to him.
John
Nice
Aversa,
look.
of course, has been the best option, but Eric Scahn in this second half has been the go-to guy for Westfield's second goal of the day for Eric Scahn.
That was an amazing catch, actually. The catch was as impressive as anything in that play. They fed it to him inside, and he handled it quickly and stuck it.
Eric Scahn, a goal in the third quarter, a goal in the fourth quarter, and once again, we are all tied up, 5 goals apiece, 6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in this second half. Neither team willing to let up. Robinson winning possession, Westfield
Wow, nice
pressuring.
job protecting the stick by this freshman. He's really got a great control. Mo just wound up on a huge, clean, hard check and didn't even dislodge the ball from Chapman.
And with this break, once again, we'll have a message from our sponsor.
Sport Honda is just a very excellent dealership.
The selection is really great. The prices are good.
They treat you like family.
I'm Sheba. I'm from Baltimore, and I am a sport fan.
Sport Honda, be a sport fan too.
You've been talking about these freshmen for Robinson. We've been talking a lot about Chapman Jason in the past few minutes. I have been very impressed. The future very bright for the Rams.
Yeah, Coach Curran before the game said one of the best stories is that he's playing 4 freshmen significant minutes, and he's got 5 freshmen on the roster. And he wasn't kidding. Those freshmen are not only playing, they're contributing and making an impact in the game. Chapman just has a game-leading score before, a minute ago there before Westfield tied it up. So they're making an impact.
We've talked a lot about Chapman Jason, of course, Griffin Moore as well, the face-off man for Robinson, some defenders for Robinson as well. And so these players getting valuable experience. We're going to be talking about them for years to come. Since 1997, MetroLaxSeries lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out MetroLax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area's most competitive Summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention MetroLaxSeries to receive a 15% discount. Visit MetroLax.com, and as always, play with passion.
That was a smart timeout by Coach Curran for Robinson to gain control, talk about poise possibly in the timeout, get a great possession here, maybe run a play or just go to your big man here.
Clark Petruska, of course, taking a lot of shots for Robinson in this game. 2 goals on the day for Petruska. Nice defensive pressure by number 25, Colby Eller.
Doing a nice job on the ball. See, he keeps the stick on his hands, makes it hard for the offensive player.
And this is Hunter Jason up top. Already a goal on the day for Hunter as well.
Hunter's got a short stick, so he should be the one initiating here for the offense.
McShay hands off to Barber. And Barber quickly draws the double team. 5 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter, all tied up.
Impressed by Tommy Stevenson off ball. He's a smart defender.
And Westfield
nice
with the steal. Nice job by number 31, Drew Magnuson.
Drew Magnuson with the clear.
And now Westfield with an opportunity. John Aversa showing a bit of speed. He will hand off to Michael Garcia.
Garcia's got a short stick here, and I think he realizes it. He may take a huge run at this defenseman.
Garcia being defended by McShay up top.
No one's getting out of his way, though, so.
He'll hand off to Brian Beal. 6 goals on the year for Beal. And now Westfield showing a little patience here, trying to set something up for Michael Garcia. 2 goals on the day.
Good save.
And a goal by number 19, Joey Esposito. Westfield once again breaks the stalemate, 6-5. Bulldogs, 4 minutes remaining.
Westfield 6.
Just a great possession for Westfield, sticking with it. The first shot did not fall, and then Joey Esposito with the finish.
That was a great look inside off the rebound. Initial save by the sophomore Nick Kondracki, but quick feet inside off the turn. That's hard to make that save as a goalkeeper. Nice finish.
Now I think 20 points on the year for Joey Esposito. What a season he's having, and no surprise, Mo-Cats coming up with the ball for Westfield, but almost given away by Nolan.
Big ground ball there by Chris Nolan. Drew the foul too, which is even bigger.
And Michael Garcia will head back out onto the field for the Bulldogs.
This is one of the first man-ups of the game, I think. I think that might be the first foul called man-up of the game.
I don't remember any other ones as well, so an opportunity here for Westfield, already up by 1. And now looking to extend their lead. That last goal courtesy of Joey Esposito. Esposito and Eric Scahn keeping the Bulldogs in this contest on offense. Now Westfield showing some patience. They'll go behind the goal to Aversa.
There's one more over here. Oh.
Garcia with the shot.
If they'd passed the ball one more over to number 10, he had a better look. Eric Scahn had a way better look than that.
And of course, Scahn has had the hot hand in this in this second half. Again, they're looking to go for Garcia, but Nick Kondracki continuing to stand his ground.
Plays a good angle with his big body.
Now
All
Esposito goes to work. And Joey Esposito has been the man of the hour in this fourth quarter. Back-to-back goals by the senior, and now Westfield once again stretches their lead out to 2. 2 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in this contest.
I was saying a minute ago, who's going to step up for Westfield? It looks like they have a balance, but Esposito has decided he wants to be that man and put the team on his back here in the last few minutes. Might have just put this game out of reach the way the scoring's been going and the way they've been dominating faceoffs. There it is again.
And once again, Mo Katz with the long stick, quickly getting to the ball, and now Westfield just has to hang on to possession here because Robinson has been really aggressive on the ride. Katz will hand off to Scahn, now Esposito.
Westfield has 2 timeouts, so they're smartly going to use one right now.
Coach Polizzotti, 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. Coach Polizzotti will talk things over with his team. And again, for all your high school sports stories, game coverage, videos, photo galleries, and recruiting news, visit allmetsports.com, a product of the Washington Post. Every sport, every school, all the time.
So what they got to figure out right now is their 2-minute offense, which means when it gets down to 2 minutes, there's 2:35. They're going to have to keep it in the box. Usually teams will have a 2-minute offense in that they will keep the ball spread out the players and keep the ball behind the goal and try to kill the clock to avoid double teams. They may have an athlete who can run forever. If they have that type of athlete, they'll put the ball in the stick and just get out of his way. Try to burn as much time as possible. Now it's extremely difficult to keep the possession here for longer than 30 seconds or 60 seconds at a time, especially when doubles are coming, backside doubles. So expect Robinson to send double teams. Their goalie will come out and mark the closest player to the goal so they can send a double team and try to put the ball down and get the ball up, quickly score.
So again, 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in this Concord District matchup between Westfield and Robinson. Up until a couple of minutes ago, it had been a very close contest, and of course still is a close contest, but the way, as you said, that this game has gone, 2 goals can seem like a lot. Robinson has been very patient on offense, looking for their shots, and it is Westfield.
They're going to put the senior Brady George on the ball, and they're probably going to go to a total shutoff defense. Number 23 on the ball here. Yep, Robinson's going, well, not quite. Yep, here they go. Now they're in a total shutoff. Brady on the ball is going to try to take it away.
Aversa with the ball.
And here comes the double. So the goalie's out of the cage now, and they have everyone shut off, and they're doubling the ball, which is smart defensive play, pretty common. They got the ball down here.
Scahn momentarily loses possession, and it will be Robinson ball.
That only took 15 seconds to take the ball away. Pretty quick turnover by Robinson. See how fast they can get a shot.
The Robinson faithful showing their appreciation for quite a defensive effort. It is a cold, brisk day here at Westfield High School, but the Robinson fans with a lot to cheer about. Their team executed as well as they could have. Now with possession here, Hunter Jason. pushing the ball up the field for Robinson.
We'll see if Clark takes Mo Katz here right away. He's got to.
Petruska with the shot,
big-
the save.
big save.
By Winfrey.
Nice save.
By Petruska, saved by Winfrey.
Perhaps Tucker Winfrey expecting that it would be Petruska.
That was a hard, solid bounce shot that he picked up smooth and clean. That was a great save by Tucker. It was under 2 minutes, so you have to keep it in the box under 2 minutes automatically if you're winning the game. And so he went in the box and then pulled it out.
So a mental error by the Bulldogs, some renewed life here for Robinson. Petruska double teamed.
He's tough, man. You can't get the ball from him. They got to go back to him, though. They got to go back. Ugh, they didn't.
And Westfield's defense holding strong once again. But again, Clark Petruska is so impressive. Katz trying to hang on to possession for Westfield, comes up with it.
Great
under
handle.
a minute remaining in this fourth period. Westfield up by 2.
They just lost it again.
And
They just lost it
Aversa
again. It should be a whistle.
cannot hang on to it.
Actually, they had a play on there, so I didn't need to call the whistle.
But Robinson will call a quick timeout here. 47 seconds remaining in this contest. 2-goal lead for Westfield right now, and what a turn of events, Cab, because Westfield has had possession a couple of times, and Robinson will not let up.
No, not at all. I mean, they're gonna have their last chance right here, coming off a timeout to get a quick goal. I would go to Clark, even though they're putting their best defenseman on him. He's shown that he can beat Mo Katz one-on-one and get a shot off because of his height, because of his size and strength. He's able to clear his hands and fire it. I like it when it goes to his left a little better. I don't know if he's a righty or a lefty. At first I thought he was a righty, but now he might be a lefty, which speaks to his athleticism and skill, because even scouting, you don't know what, you can't force him to a weak hand. But he's been shooting very well lefty. He has a nice sidearm shot lefty. That last shot was righty. It was picked up by Tucker, the goalie, so I would go with him and go right away because there's only 47 seconds to go and they need 2 quick ones.
When I want to go back to what you just said, that last save by Tucker Winfrey, that was a huge save.
That might have been the game-winning save. We'll see here in a few minutes, but that was a great quality shot by the best player on Robinson's offense today, and he picked that thing up cleanly.
Absolutely. Coming into this game, again, 106 saves on the year for the goalkeeper, Tucker Winfrey. And again, since 1997, MadLax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out madlax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area's most competitive Summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention MetroLaxSeries or MetroLaxSeries to receive a 15% discount.
This is interesting. They had the ball with Barber, who hasn't, he has an assist tonight.
And Robinson looking for the quick score. They get it out of number 9, Hunter Jason, second goal of the day for Hunter Jason, the senior.
Sean McShay, Robinson with the goal.
Wow, that makes it exciting. That was a nice play by Barber again. Barber has 2 assists on the night, but more of an individual effort by number 9 there, Hunter Jason, to spin, get a quick bounce shot hard and low.
Biggest face-off of the game coming up, 38 seconds on the game clock.
This is where I mentioned it's going to be an advantage to have a strong face-off guy. Ooh, and he ties him up. That's a good tie-up by Robinson. First one that wasn't won cleanly.
And a battle to the ground ball. Michael Garcia momentarily had it in his stick.
Robinson's got it.
So Robinson,
they're out of timeouts, though. They're out of timeouts. They've got to go right down and score. There's only 20 seconds to go.
Jack Roulette, the freshman, working the ball up the field. Flag is up.
Oh, man. Flag's down.
And now Robinson, 9 seconds. Not a lot of time. This is a freshman right here, Jason. Hands off. And that will end the game, but a flag down once again.
The game's over. Even though the flag's down, the game will not continue on a flag down situation. You know what they should have done there? That's interesting. I haven't seen that in a long time. They should have thrown the ball out of bounds so they could have gone man up. There was 15 seconds ago, there was a flag down, but that takes a lot of poise, and that was a freshman handling the ball. The only way that he would have recognized that if the coach said, just throw it out of bounds, throw it out of bounds. But Unfortunately, they have 2 flags down and a 2-man up opportunity here, but the game is over.
And so a heartbreaking way for Robinson to lose. And for Robinson, coming up on their agenda is going to be Landon coming up this weekend. So it does not get any easier for the Robinson Rams. Meanwhile, I think you have to credit Westfield. They came on so strong. Joey Esposito, I think you have to say he's the player of the game. 2 back-to-back goals to put this one out of reach.
No question. He stepped up in the 4th quarter, put the team on his back offensively, and won this game for him. He has the 6th and 7th goals in the 4th quarter there. Outstanding game and a huge win for Coach Polizzotti and his program. Now they've etched. They're now right up there, have to be considered up there with Chantilly in this Concord division. So a lot of games left in the season, but that's a huge program win for Coach Polizzotti. He's got to be happy.
Of course, people will have to tune in next week to see if Westfield breaks into Cab's top 20 with some of the other Northern Region teams that we have already talked about here today. But this is a marquee win right here for this Westfield program, a school that has been looking to establish themselves, still looking for that lacrosse championship, and certainly going to give them a lot of confidence to go into the rest of the Concord District regular season.
Yeah, I think the balanced offense and balanced defense is going to pay off. If you play a lot of players early in the season, that's smart coaching, because as Coach Polizzotti told me, he wants to get everyone experience now, so when it comes to crunch time in the playoffs later on, he can whittle it down and play his top players and win the big games later on when you really want to win them.
And I think you have to give Robinson a lot of credit, because missing their starting goalkeeper today, I think Nick Kondracki acquitted himself very well. Coach Curran has to be very happy with the way that his defense worked to protect the goalkeeper and how the sophomore played.
Oh, he played fantastic. He should be proud of the way he played, and maybe he'll battle for the job now. Who knows? I was happy with the way he played. After a slow start, he was fantastic in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Absolutely, to step up against a team like Westfield, so many offensive options that this Westfield team has, and a huge win today for the Westfield Bulldogs. Thanks so much for joining us for Cab Maddox. I'm Monica Moore. We'll see you next time at the MetroLaxSeries live streamed at allmetsports.com.